His blessings, everyone. I just wanted to talk to you about a man that I know and that I look up to greatly. His name was Enrico J. Berticelli. Now, Enrico was not born in this country. He was actually born in Italy. Now, his parents decided that they wanted to come over to the U.S. to become U.S. citizens and try to live the American dream. And they did just that. They weren't rich. In fact, things got really tough financially for a while, and they soon discovered it was not as easy, or not easy at all, to become a U.S. citizen. Okay, now when Enrico came over here, he had to learn English. I mean, Italy was all he knew, and he was able to do so in about a year or so after he came here. So within a year, no later than 2 years. Um, Enrico was able to go to school, pass his classes because he was able to speak English and understand English and read English. But unfortunately, Enrico was not able to graduate high school. You see, his family needed help in supporting the family. So therefore, they took him out of school and put him to work. Back then, they didn't have the same child labor laws that they do now. Right or wrong, he went to work and helped support the family, and the family survived. He never went back to school. He instead started his own family, met a lady, got married, and had 4 kids of his own, 3 boys and 1 girl. Um, they really didn't have the money. They weren't rich by any means. However, they were rich in love and in family and in tradition. Um, he was a trucker by trade, but he made money wherever he could because they weren't rich. They needed the money. He had 4 kids and a wife that didn't work. Not a lot of women did back then. So what he did was he slung beer at Kezar Stadium and Candlestick Park in San Francisco, California. Um, Now later on, after his kids had grown, he had actually grown to have a lot of money. But he was always very generous with his money and also very generous with his time. Even when he didn't have money, he volunteered his time. He always worked for the betterment of his community and the city that he lived in and the states. He always volunteered for the kids in the community. He volunteered his time with the police youth club, taught teaching young boys how to box, keeping them off the streets, keeping them out of trouble. For a man that wasn't even born in this country and didn't even have a high school diploma, he was a great man, and he was recognized for it on many occasions. He got to be Man of the Year in the city that he lived most of his life in, on more than one occasion. He got humanitarian awards like crazy. He knew the governor, multiple governors, and the mayor, multiple mayors. Everyone in the city that he spent most of his time in knew him. Everyone that lived around that city, most of them knew him. Everybody knew Enrico J. Berticelli. Um, who is this gentleman to me? Enrico, or as we like to call him, Rico, was my grandfather. I said that he had 3 boys and a girl. His only daughter was my mother. And I'm proud to say that. I wish that I could be as great of a person that he was by the time I pass away. That is what my goal is, and I think everybody should. People wonder why I'm so against this, why I'm so for this immigration bill in Arizona. Well, first of all, I'm not for it in the sense that I don't think it should have ever been written. There are plenty of laws here in Arizona that are just simply not enforced. There are plenty of laws federally that are just simply not enforced. When I think of immigrants that come here legally and bust their hump to be here legally, it pisses me off to think about those that just hop the border and have no fucking respect, that don't give to a system yet always have their fucking hand out, that break the laws constantly, and not just the ones about them being here. It is those illegal immigrants that are a slap in the face to immigrants like my grandfather. And those of you who have had immigrants, had your family come over from other countries legally, should be offended. True, no one here is a naturalized citizen of the United States unless you are a Native American. But we have those rules to come over. And if we don't, then basically we get taken over. Simple as that. Now, I've been accused of being a racist because I support this law. No, I'm not a racist. I'd be a racist if I said all the Mexicans need to get the fuck out. I am not talking about any particular race. I am not talking about anything but illegal aliens, whether you be from Mexico or England or Canada or Japan or China or Cuba or South America. Those are the people I'm talking about. Period. And whether you want to put words in my mouth, then that just proves that what you got to say is shit. Simple as that. You got a question, I'll answer it. Simple as that. I'm not going to lie. I have no reason to lie. But I guess it's thinking about my grandfather and what his family went through to become U.S. citizens that get me more upset about the illegal aliens here today. Because you're just pissing on their memory. Simple as that. And eating away at our country as well. You got people spreading fear, like Melandante had done. He goes, well, if you just get caught and you just have a visa, you're going to be sent back and all that stuff or serve jail time. No, you're not. What a visa shows is you may not be a permanent U.S. citizen. However, for the time being, you are here legally. And as long as you're here legally, whether it be for a short period of time or a long period of time or permanently, it means that right now, for the time being, you are legal and you will remain able to stay here as long as your visa is good. To say anything more is nothing more than a fear tactic. And I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's just trying to spread fear or if he really doesn't know that. But I think that you should know that. Blessed be.